Hi, today we're making bellflowers. I'm going to use my quilling board here. I'm going to turn it over because it has a cork on the back of it, and it's just going to be handy for this. You need a little bit of graph paper and a bit of wax paper over top of that, and I'm just going to pin it down with some pins just so that everything stays still. You don't have to do this. I just found it easier when you start to weave the little pieces of paper. It helps you keep things nice and straight. Now what you're going to need is 15 lengths of brown paper. 2 inches is probably enough. What you're going to do is you're going to put 4 of these horizontally. And you're going to weave in 11 strips vertically. And you're going to glue it all together. And you see how the graph paper just helps you make the right kind of angles and keeps things nice and straight for you. The wax paper keeps the glue from sticking to the cork board. And then you're just going to continue to put the strips over and under like you're weaving a basket. The quilling board I purchased online. You may want to try to look for one at your local craft store if you're interested. However, the craft stores where I live do not have any quilling supplies at all, so I order everything online. And you're going to put the 4 of them horizontally, and then you're going to weave in 11 of them vertically, and then we're going to cut off the excess so that we're just going to have a small rectangle that's been weaved. You'll see that in a second. There it is. I just cut off the ends that were too long, and then all you're going to do is you're going to just curl it around and glue the ends to make a basket shape. Just like that. So just glue that together. Then you're going to take about a 6-inch length of quilling paper. This is 1/8 of an inch quilling paper. Coil it, let it unroll a little bit, and then you're going to put it in the bottom of the basket. Glue it into the bottom of the basket. I'm just tacking it in place here to make sure it stays with a little bit of glue. The glue is white crafting glue that I also purchased online. It's not quite like your regular Elmer school glue. It's quite, it dries very quickly. Then you're going to cut 7 1-inch lengths of blue paper. Then you're going to take, you need some kind of skinny object. Like this is actually a needle tool that's used in quilling as well. And it's used to curl paper around it. So just take the little strip of paper and you're going to start curling it around. It's kind of hard to start it off. And once you start curling it around, you're just going to move down the tool, overlapping it slightly until you get like a cone shape or a bell shape. So just keep turning it around and overlapping it just slightly, moving down until you get that bell shape, as you can see. You're going to make 7 of these. And when you get to the end, you're going to glue the end down. And there's your finished little bellflower. And you can also put glue on the inside just to make sure that it doesn't unravel on you. Let it dry. Take some florist wire, take a small piece, bend over the edge to make a little hook shape, and then a little bit of glue in the flower, and the flower is going to go on to the wire so that you have bell flowers that are kind of hanging in a downward direction. Like so. For the leaves, short lengths of green paper, and you're just going to trim the ends so that they're pointy. They look kind of like blades of grass, and then just slightly curl the ends of the paper. And do that for about 15 pieces or so, but that's up to you how full you want it to look. And then put a little bit of glue in the coils of that little inside the basket, and then just arrange the leaves in the basket so that it looks like it's full of green leaves. I find it easier to put the leaves in first and then add the flowers afterwards. And if I would have done this when I made those carnations, probably would have made my life a lot easier. But you live and learn as you make these things, of course. Putting the leaves in first gives the flowers something to support them when they're in there and they don't fall over because they're a little bit heavier because of the wire. So once the leaves are all in there, you can let it dry a little bit and then just add the flowers, and then you're going to add glue to make sure that they don't move. And there's the completed basket of flowers.